Hey there, folks. It's Jimmy Stewart here. Hope this is finding you all doing well. Now, today's video is on another IYV guitar, and that's this guy right here. This is the ISMF-200 VW. Now, what is that? Well, it's basically a Fender Mustang hybrid type of copy from IYV. This guy right here, it's a solid body, Mustang style with vibrato, and this is in vintage white. The VW is what that stands for, vintage white, and it's kind of got just a hint of mint green in the body. I think it does anyway. It looks a little bit of a mint green type of haze to it. It's that vintage white look. I think it's very, very cool. The Mustang is an offset guitar. Came out, I think, around '64 from Fender. Kind of a student type guitar, like a Les Paul Jr. was for the Les Pauls back in the day. But this has got the vibrato piece on it. It's the offset. It's got a nice belly cut right there. And it's got the arm cut as well. So it feels really good, especially if you're sitting down with it. An unusual guitar, not everybody's cup of tea, but I really like offset guitars. I like the Mustang. I had one years and years and years ago, and I got rid of it. Kind of weird. You get your slanted single coils, as you can see. The floating vibrato bridge, simple volume and tone controls. And up here is your pickup switches. Now, different than a true Mustang, this does not have phase switching. So you have your pickups on and off, and that's it. You could throw a three-way in there maybe and get some phasing going if you'd like to, but I don't really see the need. It's pretty cool. It's kind of funky. It plays great. So this is the newest addition to the stable here. It is the ISMF-200 VW, much like the other one I just got a little while ago as well. The way they've done the neck is really, really great. They didn't finish the back of the neck. It's got, like, if it does, it has a very light satin finish on it, and it feels really, really great. It is a small scale, 24 scale, 22 fret, like the Mustang was. So really cool. And we'll give you an up-close look at this guitar. It didn't come without a couple of small faults, but for the price of the guitar, you know, you can expect some of those. Nothing tremendous, but I'll show you on the up-close video just a couple of small things that we can rectify right away. So let's take a close-up look at the guitar, and we'll be back with some tone checks, okay? Let's take a look. So here's the close-up video of the ISMF, the Mustang hybrid here. It's got a type of tune-o-matic and individual saddle bridge on there. And the vibrato arm, like I said, it just pushes in and pulls out. There's no screwing in of it. It just floats in there. Does a nice job from what I've played with it so far. It stays in tune. Simple volume and tone control, perloid pick guard, and your slanted Destiny CNC wound pickups, as you'll find on most of the IV guitars. As we go up the neck, you can see it's single dot inlay. They advertise this as a rosewood fretboard, but I'm pretty sure it's a Jatoba board. And there's that high bone nut. I'm going to have to sand that down. The nut's cut fine. It just it's so high that when you actually hit it with your hand when you come down. So we'll have to sand that down and smooth it out. As I turn the guitar around, you can see the arm cut here. It's nice. And then your belly cut on the back, which makes it quite comfortable, like I said, when you're sitting down and playing it. Very nice. Again, it's a bolt-on style neck. And like they did with the 300 Spalted Natural that I just got, they left that neck, or they put a very light satin finish on there. And the only problem with this one is as you go up the headstock, as you get to the headstock, it's a little rough. It's almost like they didn't complete sanding it, so that's one of the issues that I have with it. But no big deal. I can take care of that easily and sand that nut down along with it. And here's the other small issue. As you can see on that neck pocket there, you had a couple of chips in the side of the body where the neck sets in. Again, not a big deal, but, you know, it is what it is. I could live with it, not a big problem.
overall, very, very nice guitar. Another great funky funky guitar, I say, from the folks at IYV.
All right, so here we go. As usual, I'm going to play it through my Monoprice 15-watt valve amp here. Everything pretty much set on mid volume. Everything is on mid. Just a little bit of gain to put the amp on. No reverb at all, so it's going to be clean through there. So that's both the pickups on. Let's take them off. So we got nothing. Now let's go to the neck. Let's go to the bridge. And with them both. Got a little reverb. So it's a pretty neat guitar. Again, the tremolo arm simply pushes down into that socket down there. And you can see it's mounted in between the B and the E strings. Now, I'm noticing that when I do use it, I get a little bit of squeak, but I don't think you're going to hear that on with a stage volume or even on a practice volume. And it's staying in tune nicely. So I really like the color of this. When I saw vintage white and I looked at the pictures on Amazon, it seemed to me to have like almost like a green mint type of tint to it, and it actually does. So even in the lights here in the studio, it's got just a little bit of mint type of off green white to it, which I really, really like. Again, the neck is phenomenal. I do have a couple of small chips, not a big deal. You're not going to see those. But the neck itself is very, very nice. I like what they're doing with the necks on these. They're not putting that gloss finish on them, so they're non-sticky. Very light satin finish, if any finish at all. I'm just going to sand around these corners here a little bit, just to take that roughness out. It's a little bit of rough there. I'm going to sand that nut down. I'm going to clean this fingerboard and hit just a couple of these frets on the very ends here. You can feel it's not enough to cut you or anything like that. They're fine. And just hit them up, polish them up like I do to all the guitars. The electronics are working good. It sounds neat. I like the sound of it. It's bright, but you can always just back that off if you'd like to. I kind of like it. I like it a lot. I like off-the-wall guitars, so not that it's off-the-wall. Mustangs were a very popular guitar, obviously brought back in the 90s with Kurt Cobain and all that kind of good stuff, so a lot of people played them. They had their resurgence, and they're still being used by a lot of punk bands and garage rock bands and Jimmy Stewart, so. Anyway, great little guitar. If you can find one on Amazon, have a look. Very much worth the money. These are like $128, $130 delivered. You can't buy a blank body and a neck, never mind putting pickups and tuning keys and floating bridges and all the electronics. Folks, you can't beat it. They're very well made. I like them a lot, and it's an unusual guitar, like I said, and so for me, having a Mustang back in the stable is gratifying. They're neat little guitars. They're not, I mean, it won't be your everyday player perhaps, but for that kind of money, you can afford to have one just for the quirkiness of it and having it in your studio with that 24-inch scale, 22 frets. It's got some funky tones to it. I like it a lot. Go out and look at IV guitars or IYV guitars. They're listed as IV on Amazon, but go out and look for IYV guitars on Amazon and see what models are available for you to take a look at. The ISMF-200 VW, folks. Again, they kind of listed as a Strat-like guitar, but I don't think so. It's more of a Mustang hybrid, duosonic type of guitar, offset, nice body cutouts, nice neck, 24 scale. Great little guitar to add to your arsenal. So, I'm going to leave it at that, folks. It's Jimmy Stewart saying so long. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please consider it. I'd appreciate that. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye for now.